So we need an affordable housing trust fund because the dollars in the trust fund are more flexible than most of the federal pass-through funds that we typically see funding housing in the city of Memphis. We really, as a city, need to invest in our residents and invest in our neighborhoods with more flexible dollars, local dollars that can help us do what we need to do. There's also an appraisal gap. So we need a subsidy of about $20,000 to $50,000 per unit to cover the gap in many of our neighborhoods. So without some flexible funding to cover the gap, there isn't going to be enough development and investment in many of the neighborhoods that we work in. That flexibility is key, and that comes with the Housing Trust Fund.
We do need additional dollars available for many reasons. One, the need is so huge. Habitat serves between 200 and 300 households a year, but we get hundreds of calls every month from people that we don't have the funding to serve. And the conditions that they're living in are truly heartbreaking. And there is no other place for them to go that we're aware of, certainly. And so that is primary. The need is so huge. Most grantors require that you have some type of matching funding. So if we can go to a funder and say, we already have X number of dollars from the Housing Trust, then that increases our chances of getting funded from those other sources.
Professionals and experts like the Fraser CDC and other developers can come in and have this pool of money that they can utilize to come to support their mission to work in the communities and really improve the housing infrastructure and improve the housing units of the community. In a community like Fraser, when this community has been divested in for so many years, having a funding pool like that, so an organization like the Fraser CDC can access that funding pool, is something that's needed. It's something that's been needed at this city. And we not only need it to be put in place, but we need to be ongoing. We need to be sustainable. We need it to, to be replenished each year and grow each year so that we can be able to produce more affordable rehab units. We can be able to go and help more homeowners with deferred maintenance issues or bring their houses up to code or make that senior home more mobile for them to age in place.
Memphis, like many other cities, we are in a housing crisis. The number of phone calls I get each week of people needing housing, it is hard to deal with, and to continue to say, I'm sorry, we don't have any vacancies, or I'm sorry, I can't recommend a good landlord to you right now because the ones that I know, they don't have any vacancies either. We are really struggling as a city to house folks in a just way, with over 68% of Memphians renting right now, and 50% of them are paying more than 30 to 40 to 50% of their income on housing. We need to be reallocating funding from other things and prioritize housing.
We could repair 35 to 40 homes a year, which sounds really impressive. But when I see the number of applications that come in year after year, and when I both live in Binghamton as well as have worked here for 14 years, and I see we're repairing all of these houses, and yet the need is still so big, right? So the work that we're doing is great, and it is moving the needle, but there's still so much work that needs to be done. If we were to have access to additional Affordable Housing Trust Fund dollars in the future, that would allow us to grow that number. And if we're able to start introducing more and more volunteers back into the equation for us like we used to, then that would allow us to do even more homes beyond the 35 to 40 that we used to do with a lot more volunteers.